All right, got a project here. Just got in the Farmertec Stihl O44 Magnum, or the MS440 in this case. Chinese knockoff. Here's the cases. I'm going to show you how to put it together the right way. I see a lot of YouTube videos where people press the crank in, which could bend the halves together when they use a press. If you don't have the appropriate tool made by Stihl that pulls it in, pulls the crank in like this here, and then there's another one, different one for the other side, pulls the crank in from the tool. Looks like that. So you can pull the crank in. I'm going to show you a trick to put your crank in without any tools or without pressing it in. So I've already got the crankshaft in the deep freezer. It's been there a couple days, so I'm going to put this in the oven. I'm going to put it in like the book shows from the flywheel side first, and then once that's installed, I will freeze the crank and the half together. So, all right, that's all you have to do to put the cases together. It has to be done quick. Remember, the parts you want shrunk, put in the freezer. The parts you want to expand so it goes down over it, heat up in the oven. All right, I put the cases together fairly easy. Sometimes if you put the cases together and crank it down and everything, and the connecting rod and crank doesn't spin freely here, you should be able to easily freely move it. If not, you'll want to take and tap fairly heavy left and right with a rubber mallet. Just hit it pretty hard, get it trued up, and then it should spin freer. There may be a little tightness to it at first, but it should spin fairly freely. Anyway, so I got that together. You want to torque all the bolts holding the cases together with 6.6 foot-pounds of torque. In some of the other videos I watched, they had a problem where the pins came out of the cases and tore up the clutch. So to fix that problem, I'm going to put a homemade washer. It looks just like here. I made it like that. Cut out a piece of brass that's teardrop shaped and use that as a washer. That will hold the dowel pin in. That goes right in here. I don't know if you can see that right there. That'll hold the dowel pin in. All right, we have an update on the progress I'm doing on the MS440 clone. This is the Chinese knockoff, and unfortunately there's a few bad Chinese parts in this thing. First thing I noticed, there was a couple parts missing. I had to do an inventory of what I thought I needed. There was a throttle rod missing, O-rings missing here and there. The main things like this, simple little things that kind of irritate you to try to put it together. The spring for the clutch chain brake is the wrong size. I don't know what it's supposed to fit. It sure doesn't fit anything like this. It's huge, and see how the spring is not centered. Here's what it's supposed to look like. This is the original Stihl, how it's centered on the center of the spring. This is off the one side, and it's a lot bigger diameter in the cases to make this. It's in this area here to make the adjustment for the bar adjustment. Inside there's a gear. Had to do a lot of grinding with a Dremel, and also a lot of grinding inside this case here to make the clutch drum fit. It scraped the edges of the case. Got it freed up pretty good now, and it seems to be spinning freely now. Another thing, this washer that came with it, this is the original Stihl washer. I put that on because the Chinese washer that came with it, you're supposed to use, look kind of chintzy and cheap. So there's a few parts you want to get from your local Stihl dealer, or get authentic Stihl brand products. Other than that though, so far everything looks pretty decent. I had an issue with that. The flywheel was not machined out. It had flashing in the casting right here. I took it on the lathe and machined it off, and I started getting it a little deeper, then it just fell off the piece. So it was like a aluminum flashing over top of this piece of steel here in the center. Closing thoughts about the build. It went fairly easy. This one was a little more difficult to build, the MS440, than the MS660. I built two of these 660s. They went together with no problem. Few of the things you'd want to note, neither one of these saws come with bushings for the plastic parts. I had to make little brass bushings on the lathe because they wanted like $2.80 a piece for them from Stihl, but then they wanted $20 to ship them. So it didn't make sense to me. I could ship, you know, this whole saw from China for $80, and that's the complete saw in pieces. So it didn't make sense to me to pay $20 for like 4 bushings. So I made those myself on a lathe. Strengthens up the plastic. The plastic looks fairly decent. It's not packed as well as it could be on the, especially the MS440. The 660 is not too bad. They're other than mismatched color. But the 440 and the plastic injection mold, they did not pack it as good as it could be, because you can see little sunken in places where all the reinforcing is. But other than that, it's been a pretty easy build, and I'm very, very pleased with the quality of the parts for the money. I mean, you got to consider this stuff's just a fraction of what an original steel part would cost. The bar and chain, of course, I bought from a logging supply company. It's an original steel full chisel chain and a laser ultralight bar. You don't want to skimp on something like that. That's the part that's cutting. The MS660, the Farmertec clutch isn't any good. It doesn't seem to want to disengage. It stays running the chain in idle. So it's got, I think, 2 weakest springs. You can either replace the springs or just get like a used OEM clutch. The 440, there's 2 different versions of the case, new and old. I got the old, I guess, because I had to do some machine work to it. And there was a few parts that you want to change out with original parts. The compression release is one of them, and there's a few other things. I think you could make, the circlips on the pistons, but you can make pretty much all these parts work for you if you do enough work to them. But all in all, I'm very pleased with the way they turned out. Went ahead and I cut a couple trees down with this one. This one I haven't even started yet, and I hope to get a lot of use out of them someday. Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.